Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Sorry, no camera. I just moved offices and just don't have a good camera angle. So, gonna try doing this without a camera for a while because, to be honest with you, the camera kind of adds a layer of pain in the assness to all this. Where if it's easier, maybe I'll do it a little bit more with no camera. All right, today is Wednesday, May 18th, 12:51 p.m. So, welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers, where we no longer use cameras. All right, so looking at bitcoindailyview.com, got more for you there. Indicators that I mentioned, etc., things that I use and endorse. Go check it out if you want. I'm going to mention blockchain education here. In times of trouble, it can be really wonderful to have a team to work with. We're always looking for good trades, uh, you know, um, uh, conversing about where we think Bitcoin is at. We have a room just for that, actually, just for Bitcoin trends. Come join the team. There's so much going on with blockchain education. I really can't even begin to talk about it because this would be too long. There's an infomercial here at Blockchain Education. Check that out. And if you like it, click on my affiliate link. Come join the team. Love to see you in chat. Um, make money whether the market's going up or down, and learn some trading methodologies that are absolutely impeccable no matter what market you might happen to be in. All right, so looking at Bitcoin trade volume, refresh here. Sorry about that. A little slow. Come on, refresh. There it is. 3.2 or 3.3 billion if we round it up. That is pretty good. Above 3 billion, you're kind of in the you're in the the market is on. 3 billion is not the greatest volume, but if you can break that 3 billion level, you're probably going to be sideways. You're probably going to maybe have an uptrend. So this is Bitcoin trading volume explicitly. With the price action today, if this was under 3 billion, I'd be a little bit concerned. But it's been able to hold above 3 billion, so that is good stuff. All right, so I have some confidence when I see Bitcoin's trading volume explicitly. Looking at cryptometer.io, it thinks we're at 4.1 billion, so somewhere between 3.3 and 4.6 is the sweet spot. So probably at least 4 billion in Bitcoin trading volume explicitly. Right now we're looking at like 51% longs, and well, I should say 51% buys, 48% sells here across the big exchanges. And that was actually on the sell side earlier. Now it's moved over positively to the buy side. So that is a nice thing to see. And we're going to look at the big market too, because the big market's having a bit of an issue today. When you look at what Bitcoin's doing in comparison, it's doing pretty darn good. So looking at Bitcoin in the top 100s, 29,296 is the price for Bitcoin. Maybe we'll break 30K again today. If you look at the top 100, most are in the red, except for Terra USD, which, well, that's a weird one. Up 15%, sure. Chills, it's up 5.7%. But actually, Axie Infinity's on the way up, 6%, and Chain XCN is up 5%. Axie Infinity, I tell you, maybe we'll look at that one before we check out of here. AXS, because I'm telling you, AXS, Axie Infinity, will be the coin that I always regret just not buying a chunk and calling it a hodl, because it's got too much going for it. All right, so maybe I can get a nice long going, get enough green, and then set a trailing take profit and just ride Axie Infinity to a glorious win. AXS, we'll check it out before we get out of here. Looking at longs versus shorts on Binance for Bitcoin, 66% long, 33% short. Definitely some Illuminati numbers there. So definitely a long bias for Bitcoin today on Binance. Also on Binance, for Ethereum, 63% long, 36% short. And am I missing something? This. Afraid I was missing this. So what I want to note here, or this is kind of crappy. Volume today on the big exchanges is not that hot for spot trading, for all spot trading pairs, but it has kind of been holding on to the green side of things. But as this afternoon progresses, I am noticing that some of the exchanges like Kraken here are losing the positive uptrend in volume. Gemini's down 8%. Let's look at the big exchanges. Big exchanges, Binance still up almost 3%. Coinbase up 13% still. Kraken, it's a big one, down 8%. KuCoin, big one, up almost 5%. Bitfinex down 4.6%. So if we look at this, let's see how it rolls. Crypto.com exchange up 4% still. Let's see how it rolls. We're starting to lose some of the positive volume that I would like to see for spot trading, but we'll see how it goes. I'm looking at Binance for, and I'm discounting this here, the Kraken for derivatives. I cannot even be right. Didn't realize that Kraken was that big of a derivative exchange. But Binance, which I am used to watching here, at 43 billion. At least it's up 2.7% or 2.8%. The thing is, you want to be above 50,000 to even have a good day. So really, we have very, very low derivative volume for Binance right now. So anyway, market volume is slowly kind of trailing off with some of the big exchanges as this day goes along. Let's get to a little bit more. Here's James Woods. Like him, don't like him, doesn't really matter. He posted this. This is very, very good. Because here's the issue today. Dow Jones down down 1,221. NASDAQ down 565. S&P 500 down 168. Apple down 8%, or down 8, I guess. Anyway, Google down, what? Google down 75? What? Amazon down 172? What? I didn't realize that. Anyway, let's look at some of those as we cruise along. But if we look here at this amazing page here, I wanted to kind of share this in the live chat. This is a great, great site. I really like it. Finviz.com. So this is, I'm going to refresh this here, and I think it auto refreshes. I'll just refresh it. Okay, so what I like here is where it has this great bull bear indicator. Where will the S&P be in the next 5 minutes? Most people think like 72% bear, 28% bull. So it kind of shows you some of the stuff that's going on right now. And I do like this little thing, so I'll share it with you guys. Let's see. Yeah, the Dow. Yeah, Dow down 3.6%, NASDAQ down 4.76%, S&P down 4%. So that's really something. And you can look at Apple, gosh, down. This is easier to see here. I kind of prefer this one, actually. Let's open a new window for me. Yeah, this is an awesome one, too. So Apple, down almost 6%, Microsoft down 4%, Google just down 3%, Amazon down 7.31%, and this will be looking at the last days. This is a daily chart. So what if we look at can we see before? Okay, no, that's it. Anyway, I thought I would just share that. So basically, we're just having a really crappy day in the market, and if we were to look at let's look at trading view. Trading view, it's coming. Sorry, they're actually working on the internet in this neighborhood. So let's see, stocks. I want to look at indices, actually. Let's look at just U.S. indices, and we can look and you can see the S&P obviously is in the red, Dow in the red, NASDAQ in the red, Russell 2000 is actually in the green. That's wild. So anyway, not that hot of a day in the market in general. And then also, if we were to look at we have overview. That's kind of cool. I haven't clicked that before. All right. Will the S&P 500 go below 4K? It might be right now. We'll check it out. So just kind of just a crappy day. How about major world indices? Take a look at that real quick. If we look here, Americas are on top, of course, because we're the best, but in general, definitely a mix of green and red there. So in general, the world and America just not looking that hot as far as the market opening today. And looking at and those are just the indices, but looking at the stocks, FB down 4.6%. That's not Cisco, is it? Cisco. Yeah, Cisco Systems, down 4%. Cisco, I mean, that's the hardware that the internet runs on. I mean, as far as routing protocol, that's massive. So I mean, anyway, the market is this is one of those days where you go, man, it's some serious shit about to go down, because it sure looks like it is. Anyway, so as James Woods put it, build back better. Man, interesting stuff. I'm not sure if this stocks May 18th. I'm not sure where you get that number from. Amazon. Let's look at Amazon again. And so I'm trying to make this too long. This just says 2139 points, but 7.28%. So if I look at Mr. James Woods here, yeah, that's just point. These are all just points, of course. Anyway, um, so we'll cancel him. You're canceled. Anyway, uh, sorry if I'm kind of rambling. Just getting a hold on things here. Looking at some other things to see market health. If we look at crude oil, I love this one because they call it U.S. Oil spot, light sweet crude oil. I love that. I don't know why it would be light and sweet. But I wouldn't taste it. Anyway, so $106 a barrel is down some, bouncing off the 20 EMA daily there. Dollar strength index has been dumping recently, but it just made a rebound, getting back above that 20 WMA on the daily, which usually means that evil's back in style. All right, so looking at S&P 500, this is the thing today. Look at that. That is absolutely dismal. That is quite a dump. So today, well, we know it's down a good deal, down a couple percent. For while we are here, let's look at the Russell 2000. Is that actually up today? No, that thing was wrong. Yeah, Russell 2000 index in the daily is down also. We've already seen these things. Just to get a better look at the charts, like Dow Jones, yeah, definitely a negative day. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, so just I mean, today's market sucks ass. All right. Now looking over here, I do like referencing. I think it has a good deal of value. It's just the U.S. Tech 100. Okay, and as you can see for the U.S. Tech 100, definitely a bit of a red candle today. Looking at gold, it's struggling to keep a green candle today, kind of back and forth. Not a whole lot of movement, but at this moment on the green side, but it is below all important moving averages. Silver, red candle, below all important moving averages. So silver and gold, Peter Schiff, that ain't no place to hide from the apocalypse, which is definitely here. All right, so anyway. Looking at something I haven't been referencing for a while. This is an amazing site. This is showing you buys and sells, and you can kind of set criteria for what you want to see. I basically don't see anything above unless it's above 100K. And something I'm seeing here is if you watch this thing, you'll get to know by looking at the buys and sells and the recs and all kinds of stuff. It has a bunch of stuff. You can configure this thing rather intensely. Let's see, show this, show that. I won't waste time here, but you can definitely have different views, and you can see some amazing stuff. If you, I don't want to. Anyway, sorry guys, I don't want to belabor it. I don't want to get into how you configure it, but you can configure it. This is looking at every 10 seconds. And so it shows you down here are longs getting wrecked. Up here, the kind of purple is shorts getting wrecked. You can see your buy and sell traffic coming in here. And you can see the market moving. What's important over here on the right side, when all is just cruising and market makers are kind of making traffic, those are usually right above 100K or so. When you start seeing buys like 1 million, 1.3 million, 731K, 437K, that could almost be automated out for some of the big money. But in general, you kind of get to know the feel of this thing, and you can see your longs and your recs here. This would be, the purple would be shorts getting wrecked, I do believe. And so you can see those that are getting wrecked. You can see quite a lot here. It's a lot of fun to see what's going on, to watch this. So as time goes along, you kind of get the, it also shows you what exchange it was on, but it's not showing me right now. Anyway, you get a feel looking at this for what is going on, kind of how the game is being played amongst the whales. And I definitely would say there's a lot of uncertainty with some big money. And this is like Craig Simpson's intuitive read. Okay, so just go with it. But what I'm looking at kind of a lot of hand trading with rather good sums of money. And I'm not seeing so much automated trading, because they do. I mean, they're like scanning. They're using like a second chart and a couple different times. And if you ever look at how some of the big money does it, it doesn't have to be big money, but your automated trading. They're looking at a bunch of criteria they can buy and sell per second, and you know, they're just kicking out buys and sells, oftentimes like buys and sells of 100K or so, and they're making money because they can just, it is automated trading. There's enough volatility here, and basically the AI is just learning, and it is just rocking the trades, doing longs and shorts. I mean, even leverage trading this happens so that way. So anyways, with that said, I just see that it just does appear that there's people with big money kind of in there, just hitting it, just buying and selling. This seems like kind of a big money scalper's day, and I am seeing the effort with some big buys and sells to push a bit, and usually that is coordinated effort. Somebody's, that's usually whales working together, or just playing with themselves, basically, shorting and longing against themselves and each other in a planned move. Like when you see this million come in, this million sell, you get $5 or $6 million sells or $2 million sells, in a row, just boom, 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 or every like other minute or every minute, you'll see the price action move. And of course, somebody's waiting to, for that long. Somebody's, buying that, you making money off that long, and quite often it is sometimes the person putting in the sell orders. So anyways, I see big money working it by hand a little bit, some big money scalping today. That's just my feel, because I actually keep this up on a different monitor and I watch it, and I have learned to kind of feel it, and it will become an indicator as you watch it go by of what's going on, like kind of what the whales are thinking, what their mood is that day. It might be a little bit eclectic for some, but well. Anyway, Bitcoin versus USDT here on the daily chart. If you look, this Fibonacci sequence starts way back here on 12th of March 2020 and rolls along, and you can see it went to the high on 10th of November, and the 618 moving average, sorry, not moving average, the 618 fib level definitely has played before several times, and right now we are in it. We actually dipped into the golden pocket a while ago, a couple days ago. Now we are managing to stay above it, and that is a good thing. So really, I gotta tell you the truth. There's so much going on, especially with the big market dumping so hard. And since that's kind of dumped Bitcoin a little bit, you can see here where the tangent, which was so beautiful towards the positive side, and the MACD has now turned sideways or negative. So see if we can regain that back today. It would be nice. I do think a positive daily MACD cross on the positive side would be very, very positive for Bitcoin. I think you see a lot of investor confidence as we, the closer we got to it, when we hit it, and after if we hold it. So Bitcoin is very, very volatile, but moving out big picture, we're kind of in, we're good. We're good. This is not a big deal. I'm not really concerned about the immediate kind of volatility, really, until we get outside of this golden pocket, as I would call it. So between 28,700, which is the top, and 26,618, that's the bottom. This golden pocket is definitely a place we can hang out in. As you can see, we actually bounce off the bottom of it. So this seems to be holding. No reason to expect Bitcoin will go below it, but it certainly could. And if it does, there is support like 24,000, 22,000. All depends on how you're kind of looking at the charts. But we do have support kind of all the way down to where I see here 17,770. Or basically right there at 18,000 about is where your 786 fib level is. And it is really, really not uncommon to get a 786 fib level bounce. And that probably would be a very, very powerful bounce. If we bounce there, so be it. As you can see, it has played previous support and resistance. So just hang tight. We really need, in my opinion, there's so many different ways you can be looking at the charts right now. I'm going to look here. This is a 45-minute chart, and this is that same 618 golden pocket that you're seeing over here. And as you can see, today we are making a bounce off it. It really does play as some serious support. And if we look at the indicators right here, the stochastic RSI and wave tunnel oscillator by Lazy Bear are both moving up. KRI is not really playing the game. S&P binary candles wants to move positive. Squeeze indicators beginning to move positive, and directional index is beginning to chill towards the positive side. So with that said, if we could get above this 200 moving average again, even if we got a burst above it, getting a green diamond, a blue diamond merit badge, as I call them, the 314 and the 200 are very, very close right now. We could break above both of those. It would be very, very bullish within 1 to 3 candles, and then find support above. That would be a really, really powerful moment. So let's see if Bitcoin can, and this is what I would suggest, is to put an alert in for is when Bitcoin does cross the on the 45-minute chart, the 200 moving average, I think would be where is it at here? Sorry, guys. There it is. Bam. And boom. So however you might set that up in your trading view alerts, watch for that 200 moving average cross on the 45-minute chart. I think if we can get above that and hold it, we're great. If we can get above the 200 and 314, this really is the right kind of spot for that to happen. We have a lot of upwards mobility here on the stochastic RSI, and wait till I by Lazy Bear to actually make that move. Let's look at the hourly chart. I usually don't. I find the 45 minutes to be more telling on this short time frame, but looking at the hourly chart, it almost kind of looks the same. Yeah, pretty much the same, maybe even a little better. So let's just see if we can get that. So anyway, everybody, just hang tight. I wanted to mention, I interviewed back in the day, Ole Demigard. You probably know who he is, or you don't. He's a very, very interesting character, very, very hopeful character. Putting this in the live chat. This is the old interview that I did with him on Radiant Creators. Well, guess what? I have a new interview coming up with Ole. That's going to be on the 23rd. So, hey, do yourself a favor, go over there and set yourself a reminder for that, and you won't be sorry. It is going to be a great interview. We're going to be on for 2 hours, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, check it out live. If you can't check it out live, then check it out afterwards. You will be really having a rocking time. It's going to be fun. Yeah, a lot of times the first interview with someone can be a little bit, standoffish because the guys, they're kind of figuring out who you are. They're figuring out how you are. They can be great first interviews, but usually if you get along well, then the guest agrees to come back. The further interviews are even better because you kind of have a rapport, and we're just going all out craziness here. And if you want to know, what the interview is going to be like, well, listen to the first one or look up Oli online because great, amazing truth seeker. It's going to be great stuff. So, anyways, guys, sorry this was so long. I didn't have my act together when I fucked you here. There's just a lot to look at right now. Bitcoin trading volume, like I say, it is, and for some reason it's slow. Bitcoin trading volume 3.2 billion. That's pretty low. Top 100, mostly reversed. That's mostly still in the red today because of the volatility. Longs versus shorts. A long bias for Bitcoin and Ethereum on Binance. Let's look this one more time. I'm going to refresh this. Exchanges are kind of losing their velocity as far as having a positive volume, the big ones. So, beware. We're not seeing we have a slight 2.7, almost 3% up last 24 hours on derivatives on Binance, but still it's below 50 billion. That's just, nothing. FinViz here, a great site. I mean, big indexes here, NASDAQ down 3.5. I'm sorry, Dow down 3.5, NASDAQ 4.7, S&P down 4. And in general, if we look here at the stocks for the day, they are pure 100% shit. So, man, the world's today it's a bad day in the market. Once again, oil dumping, DXY pumping, Dow Jones Industrial Average dumping. Let's look at one more time. Let's look at my favorite, the SPX, for kind of seeing what the market is doing. SPX continues to dump without any fight. I mean, it's just dumping. Oh my gosh. And of course, the Tech 100 just further dumping here. It just can't even, it's definitely a low testosterone Tech 100 right there. So top Tech 100 companies dumping hard today. And you can kind of see that truly, reflected back here big time. You can see that all these tech companies just, not doing too hot. Gold, indecisive doji, below important moving averages, but at least it's kind of maybe it may close green today. Silver, no, giving it all back. Bitcoin, basically, looking at the whales buying and selling. I do kind of see what I consider to be some hand scalping by the big guys. And now that I look at these trades here, the amounts look like we're seeing just the automated bot trading that they use. They do actually make 100K plus trades, automated all day long, buy and sell. The big money houses do that that are trading. So right now it's kind of looking smooth. Like I say, I've seen a lot of big sells and big buys, followed by lots of longs and shorts and or buys and sells. So anyway, I do see this is definitely this kind of choppy action we're seeing right here is definitely this is way out here. But if you spend time watching this, you're going to start to see things happen. So you can if I could do a parallel channel, I would do it up here for the top and here for the bottom, and you would actually see the range that they're actually playing with themselves and each other in this upwards direction. And most likely, and most of the time when they do that, let's see what happens. Anyway, sorry guys, I don't belabor that. This is a really intuitive thing, and it changes all the time. So it's worth watching if you want. I put it in the live chat. Check it out because it's very, very helpful, engaging the mood of the whales who are manipulating the market. Once again, we have very, very strong 618 golden pocket support. We're really pushing it this time. Let's see what happens. We're managing to stay above it. We almost had a positive MACD, but Providence was not with us. Maybe I should say the whales were not with us, and that daily MACD tangent has kind of lost its momentum. Let's see if we can regain it. The day is still young. One thing I am seeing, which is kind of exciting, is that even though we did dump and get on the 200 moving average here on the 45-minute chart, we have respected the 618 moving average. I'm in the 618 golden pocket. We've bounced off it. Let's see what happens. And generally, these indicators do look to me like we're going to turn up. If we can get back above that 200 moving average in 314, especially if we range between them, I'm not too excited. But if we can get a solid break between 1 and 3 candles, diamond merit badge, and hold that, that would be pretty darn groovy. Especially one of the things that I do like, if you note the 200 moving average, and this has to kind of stick around and continue happening. But right now, the 200 moving average, the tangent is towards the upside, and that is a great time to make that break above the 200 and 314. You could see some continued upwards momentum if that happens. Once again, check out the old Ollie interview that I did. It's really, really great. Set reminder for the new one, and check that out. And sorry, I have no image here at the end. We'll just use this one. Oh, once again, check out the Bitcoin Daily View and the show notes below. I'm actually really using an EMP system here. I'm actually making a good deal of money right now. So off of this, just with one mega node, making it, I think, like, what is it, $47 a day right now, with the market being down a bit. And then I'm actually converting my EMP to E shares, not all of it, but some of it. And you're making like over 1,000% APR right now. And on that, so I'm kind of I move money around to where it's going to make me the most money. When I'm just lazy and I'm not going to do anything, I just let my node make money all day, which it always does. And this is groovy. If you want, you can always burn this EMP back to USDC or USDT in MetaMask, and boom, dollar cost average Bitcoin with it. That's amazing, So with that said, everybody, we are done. And I'm glad you're here. Once again, check out Blockchain Education. Watch the infomercial. You'll really be glad you did. Love to see you join there. And remember, even on days like this, when, man, what is going on, with the market? For every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. Take care.